All right. Hello, guys. Welcome. Thanks for coming on here. I know we all have busy lives, but it means a lot that you're either watching the recording or hopping on this call because we just want to share with you how this business opportunity has changed our lives. We're going to keep it short and simple. But yeah, we're just going to talk a little bit about our own journeys. And yeah, do you want me to start with my journey? Is that kind of what? Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is okay if I start? Okay. So I started with the workouts. I said I was never going to do anything with this business. And I'm sure, like all of you, you're scared of social media, all those things, but I just took the leap. I worked out and I seen amazing, amazing results. And first of all, I was someone who literally hated workouts. Like I was the person who called in sick. Well, my mom called in sick for me for track and field events. I would look at my friends going to the gym and I'm like, you guys are crazy. I'll sit on the couch and I'll eat potato chips and watch The Simpsons. That was literally my life. Unlike the other two girls who actually liked fitness, but I was just like, nope. But I seen myself just fall apart. So I was like, I need to do something. And we bought our house at the time, and it was a perfect opportunity to do something because there's no gym in this small town. But I was like, I see this girl getting results. What can I do? And I reached out and she said, give it 21 days. So I gave it 21 days. I saw amazing results. And then I did an 80-day program and so on. And I was just like, wow, like these actually work. And then she offered me the business opportunity. I was not for it. I said, I don't have any social media following. I'm not that person to talk on social media. I don't want anything to do with it. So I said no probably like 3 or 4 times. And I watched her go to events. And then I was like, okay, I like the friendship part. Like that seems cool. So I hopped on board literally for the friendships. And let's just say this has literally completely changed my life. I have not missed a workout. I literally worked out the day I gave birth. And 4 weeks later, I was back in my gym working out. And it's not because I want to have a perfect body. It's because it makes me feel good. I'm a better person. I have more patience. My mental health, all of the things. I could go on and on about how that part has changed my life, but then the business opportunity opened my eyes in a million different ways. And I've met, yeah, we're going to go into more details about that stuff. But if you're watching this and you are literally like, this is not for me, I'm living proof of saying that. And I said no many, many, many times. And it has changed my life. And I am a better mom. Financially, it's helped my family. And again, I could go on and on, but that's a little bit about my journey.
I'll jump in next. So my name's Amber. I've been a partner with Bodi now for almost 4 years. And basically my story starts with being an athlete my entire life. So unlike Alicia, I was that girl that played all of the sports. Like I was constantly on the road on the weekends, going to this sport, that sport, everything. So sports were always a part of my life and being active. I went to Queen's University and I actually played varsity hockey on the hockey team there. And so all through university, I was busy playing hockey every single day in the gym, working out, doing all of that, all the while studying for a chemical engineering degree. So really where this comes into play for me is once I graduated, it was like the first time that everything was different. I was not part of a sports team. I was not a student anymore. Like everything was completely different for me. And like I was living in a new town, working a full-time job in engineering for the very first time. It was just total different than what I was used to. And I kind of went through this whole identity crisis where it was like without being an athlete, like who am I? Like I had a really tough time trying to figure out who I was without that piece of me. And I tried to dabble in workouts just from like old hockey workouts, like team workouts that I had saved, or like YouTube workouts. I was kind of trying, but it just like really I was drowning in trying to plan my own workouts and work full time at the same time in a new job, right? As you all know, when you're starting a new career, it's a lot, right? And so I didn't have the time or the effort or the energy to be planning my own workouts. And that's where this comes into play. I started following Shauna, actually. She's my mentor. And I saw her. She at the time was working full time too. But she had this whole fitness routine figured out and meal prepping and all the whole thing. And I was like, what does she have that I'm missing? And so that's when I got started. I had to swallow my pride because being a competitive athlete and going to do home workouts, like to me, I was like, this is lame. Like I can't admit to anyone that I'm doing this. And I kept it a secret for a while. I told not a soul. And then I started to fall in love with the journey, and I started to realize how incredible the platform is. And to those who are already a part of Bodi with us, you already know how awesome the platform is. So I just started to fall in love with that. And when I learned there was a business opportunity, for me, it was coming from a perspective of like, I think I could do well at this because of my background as an athlete. Like, this is kind of my wheelhouse. Being involved with fitness, like this was something that was already a huge part of my life. And so I took it more of a perspective of, I have this huge void of no longer having hockey, and this business can be the thing that fills that void for me. And it's done so much more than that. So that is a bit about my story. Shauna, I'll pass it off to you.
Yeah, if you are someone that is skeptical and you think this type of business is a scam, talk to Amber, because she was the most skeptical person I have ever talked to, and she did all of the research. So if you want to talk about that, Amber can also answer those questions. But I'm Shauna. I have been in this business since 2016. Crazy. Going back to when I first started, so I was a college student. I basically lost myself. I was someone who was always active. I always went to the gym. I literally just loved like anything to do with fitness. And so college came around, partying, drinking, eating, all of that caught up to me. And I stopped taking care of myself. And when I moved back home, I could really feel it. I was napping all the time, and I was just like, I felt like crap about myself. I lost confidence. And my roommate, who was a coach, she was doing insanity workouts in our basement. And I remember looking at her transformation, and I was like, oh my God, like she looks amazing. And she was doing a 21-day boot camp. And I said yes right away, because I knew, number one, I knew who she was. I trusted her, and I knew that she got amazing results. So I was like, I need to do this. So I joined for 21 days, and I got amazing results as well. And I loved it. Like, although I did have to change up my routine, like I was someone who slept in and literally like grabbed breakfast and left. So I knew that I would have to like change my routine. So this was something that I wanted to do. I'd rather change my routine instead of stay stuck in feeling not confident and not doing anything for myself. So I like woke up early, did my workout, and then went to work or placement, whatever I was doing at the time. And I, like they said, I fell in love with it. The programs were amazing. I'm just gonna make sure. Here we go. Okay. And yeah, so I did a 21-day program, got amazing results. And I honestly had no interest in the business because I was someone who was so shy, super introverted, like having to put myself on social media, that really scared me. So 3 months went by, and she had been sharing her coaching journey and like what it's been doing for her, and income and trips and all that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to try this. Like, I'm already loving the programs. I'm already loving the products. Why wouldn't I try this? So I joined 3 months in, and obviously I still love it because I'm here like 8 years later. And originally I was an early childhood educator. That's what I wanted to do. And then when this came into my life, I was like, I am way more passionate about this. And I was able to make this my full-time career about 4 or 5 years in. Obviously, I should insert the income disclaimer. Bodi does not guarantee any level of income. It all depends on your own like skills. And obviously we're going to talk more about that and how much you want to dive into the business. But yeah, that's a little bit of my story. And I'm actually doing the next slide. So as I was just saying, like sharing my journey was something that I was already doing. I was already showing up in the challenge groups. I loved the challenge groups. I was like sending my transformation to my coach, and I was like, this is so fun. Like, I can't believe that these programs are working. Not only was it working for me, but it was working for so many other women. And all I had to do was show up and share about it. And the cool part is you don't have to show up and share something specific. Like if you're someone that's not in this for weight loss, that's okay. If you're not someone that's in this for, strength training, that's okay. Everyone has a different story, and you get to share it and be authentic and share your own story. There's nothing that's right or wrong about sharing this business. That's one thing that I love about it, is that you get to share your life and your journey, and that's where you're going to connect and inspire other women. I do want to say, because I want to be completely transparent about showing up on social media, you're not going to get people that are going to come to you and ask you to join. So that's a big part of this business, is reaching out to people and making those connections with people. Because I know for me, like, I wouldn't have reached out to my roommate and asked to join her boot camp if she had never asked. So that's one thing, is putting in the work, reaching out to those people, and eventually you'll make those connections and they will be inspired to join you. But that is one thing I did want to be transparent about. It's not going to be like all these people come to you at once. It's about sharing authentically and consistently, and that's where you'll see success. So that is a huge part of our job, is showing up and sharing why we love these programs, but also sharing your life outside of that, so that people can kind of see, like, you're not just doing fitness, you're not just doing a business, you're a real human outside of that. And that's where you're going to find those connections.
All right. And going off of that, like, and that's what's amazing. Like, every single path of your life, you're going to meet new people and talk to people, because those are the people that you're going to be talking to on social media. And so I've been a partner, I think 3 years now-ish. So I've been through quite a few different kind of journeys in my life. In those 3 years, I started off as a student, and then I was planning a wedding. So I was talking to people that way. Like, this journey has helped through these journeys. That's why I'm saying this. Like, so a student, I was planning my wedding, and then I started working full-time as a teacher. COVID hit. I got pregnant, and now I'm a mom. And all through of those different seasons of my life, this business has helped me, and I've been able to work this business in all those seasons of the life. So if you're sitting here or watching this and being like, I'm too busy for this, I don't know how those girls do it. We all are in different seasons of our life. Amber has a full-time job right now. I'm a mom. Shauna does this from her home. We all can make it work, and we've all seen it work. And there's girls that are on our team that are these jobs right here on this list. Regardless of your career, you can do this. And going off of that, like, how you can fit this in your life, first of all, we're going to walk you through it. Once you say yes, we will hold your hand for a little bit, not the whole time, but we'll help you. Like, we'll teach you how to make that first paycheck. We run groups. If you're in a challenge group, we run groups just like that, but for partners. We show you how to work in pockets of your day. Like, when I was a student, you're not in school from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. I would find pockets in my day to work the business. And then when I was a teacher, I would find on my lunch break. And if you're saying, like, I don't know what to do in those pockets, we literally give you a checklist to check off those things. It's simple as that. Simple, but you have to do it. That's what our secret sauce is: consistency. If you show up every single day, show your journey, do the checklist, you are going to see results. That's how it is. Oh, sorry, 1 second. My dad was calling me, so my screen just went all blank. But anyways, yeah, so no matter what season of life you're in, this could be for you, and we will help you find those pockets, and we will walk you through these things. We do power hours, I called. If you've seen us on our stories talk about power hours, we all hop on similar to this, and we work together. Like, there's never, like, if there's something that's working for me, I'm going to share it with my team. I'm going to share it with you guys, because I want you to see success. I want you to earn that paycheck. And it's so cool. It's been so cool to watch how this has, sorry, and watch how it's helped me as a student, because I've been able to help pay for bills as a student. And now as a mom, it just blows my mind, and it could literally make me cry that it's like I can do this from home. And now my goal is to go back as a part-time teacher and take more on the Bodi business, because I have so much joy in this. And that's you could be watching this and not wanting to do this full time, but that option is there. Like Shauna said, if you put the work in and if you do those type of things. But it's just been cool to watch how much it's changed from all the journeys of my life. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I'm like, you're never too busy for this. Like, we actually went to a conference not too long ago, and he said, what would you do with an extra 3 months? If I gave you 3 extra months of the year, would you be able to hit your goals? And we were all like, yeah, obviously. And same with this. If I gave you 3 extra months, you probably would be like, yeah, I would take on this business. He said the average person spends 2 hours a day on their phone scrolling social media, which we all do. I know we're all guilty of it. I see you guys watching my story, so that you're scrolling. You could be spending those 2 hours working your business and making money for your future family or for vacations or whatever you want, but 2 hours scrolling. So probably everybody watching this call spends 2 hours scrolling on their phone. They could be putting it towards this amazing opportunity. Yeah.
So true. Yeah, I'm going to quickly talk about travel. This is something that really intrigued me at the beginning. Obviously, a lot of it did, but my coach at the time, she went to Nashville, so we have like a quarterly or like a yearly, sorry, conference, and it's always somewhere different. Last year we were in Texas, one year we were in Indianapolis. There's always just somewhere different. Next year's in Texas as well again. So if this is something that you're interested in, you would be coming to Texas with us. But I was like, oh my gosh, like you get to go on trips. Like what? Like, how does this work? And then when I joined, I saw that they were going on like all-inclusive trips and you got to bring someone with you. And I was like, okay, tell me how to earn this trip, because once I earn it, I'm going to make sure that I earn it every single year. And I have, because I was like, I do not like, I get FOMO. I do not want to miss out on trips. And they literally treat you for working your business. Like it's amazing. I will say you do have to pay for your flight for the all-inclusive trips. But if you are signing up people consistently every single month, you are getting a free trip essentially, except for the flight. And you get to bring someone with you. So every single year I've got to bring Mario with me on multiple trips. And it's just a fun way to connect with your team. You get to do like live workouts with the trainers. Like the trainers are always there. Like sometimes they're sitting by the pool. You can literally like go up and ask for a picture if you wanted. Yeah, it's just a nice way to like connect with your team. Sometimes they'll do trainings depending on what trip it is. Like the all-inclusive is honestly just a big party. And we're actually going in March, so I'm really excited. But yeah, a lot of the time it's just like a great way to connect with your team and to travel. Like it's so many different places because of this business. Sometimes we'll even do like our own team retreats. So in January, we took our team to Disney. And it was just like such a vision board moment, because that's something we've always wanted to do. But obviously, like everyone is interested in travel. Like you can earn so many trips with this business. But the cool part is every single year you get to meet up with the entire network comes together as like a company, and you get to learn from like all of the trainers, and you get to learn from people who are like doing really well in the business. And it's just such a good opportunity. And yeah, it's just like so much traveling I've been able to do because of this business. But obviously there's different ways that you can earn them, and we will obviously talk more about that. But that's just another perk to this business.
All right, I am going to dive into income and how we actually make money with this business. So before I dive into that though, I just want to make it clear that there are different options when you get started. It's not like you probably follow all three of us and you're like, oh my gosh, they are like all in, they do so much, like there's no way I can do that. When you get started, you don't have to do what we do. And none of us started that way, right? So you might be somebody that wants to come into this just to have the accountability and to maybe send some links to some of your close friends and family here and there. And that's all you want to do. And that's totally cool. We will help you do that. You might be like, well, maybe I want a little bit more of a significant income than just that. But you're not really looking to leave your current career or full-time job or anything like that. But you want to do this on the side and earn some income through that. We can help you do that. That's basically what I do right now is I work full-time as an engineer and I do this business on the side. Or if you're like straight out the gates, gung-ho, like I want to do this, I want to go all in. I would love to build a full-time income with this. We do have girls on our team, Shauna, for an example, who have done just that. And we can give you all the tools and resources to help you build towards that. So that's usually not a popular first option when you're first getting started. Like none of us three had any intentions of doing that. We all got started basically just to send out some links to friends, use the accountability, and it can vary and change as you go through the business, right? So if you get started with one kind of goal and intention, that can change at any point. So essentially, how we actually earn the money is mainly, so if you're in that first category where you just kind of want to send out a few links here and there, you're going to be earning largely just commissions. So any of the products that we have to offer through Bodi, you will earn between 20 and 40% commissions on the products that you sell. To put this into perspective for you, this is a huge commission payout compared to a lot of other companies out there. So if you were to go and Google some of your favorite clothing brands, like their affiliate programs or anything like that, like Lululemon or Under Armour, whatever, you'll find that the percentage for the commissions is significantly less than that. It's usually less than 10%. And I'll usually find a lot of them are like between 3 to 5%. So again, perspective, if you sell like $100 pair of pants, you're going to earn like 5% on that. Or if you sell $100 worth of body products that we have to offer, you're going to earn between 20 to 40%. That's a significant difference, right? So I just wanted to like highlight how incredible this opportunity is, and the compensation plan that Bodi has to offer is very different than others. And this is just one of the perks, is having that high compensation payout or commissions payout. So that's the first way that you'll make income. If you want to move into those next categories where you're wanting to build more of a significant income or even work towards a full-time career with this, you will start to earn other forms of residual income and bonuses. So we have forms of weekly bonuses, quarterly bonuses, and those are largely so similar to your corporate job. Wherever you work, you get bonuses, right? And those are usually dependent on how the company or organization is doing at whatever given time. This is similar, except it's usually based on you and your team, your personal organization, how you are doing as a team. That's what determines some of those bonuses. So that's a really cool option. So you'll earn both the commissions and some of those bonuses as you progress through the business. I do want to touch on here at the bottom of the slide, you'll see the income disclaimer. So I'll just read it really quick. Bodi does not guarantee any level of success or income from the partner opportunity. Each partner's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. So you can see some of the actual earnings on that website that's listed there. A lot of people see this as a negative because they're like, well, if I'm not guaranteed any money, why would I do this? If you are somebody that has a lot of drive and ambition and you're not afraid to do some work, this is a massive opportunity for you. Like, I just want to highlight how huge of an opportunity that income disclaimer is if you are that type of person. And I have a feeling if you're on this call or watching the recording, you are the type of person that is willing to do this kind of work. So perspective, I'm sure a lot of us have that coworker at work who has worked there longer than us, and they make more than us, even though they do way less. Like, we feel like we do way more work, but we still get compensated less just because we haven't worked there as long, right? And we all get those standard like 2% raises or whatever. And that's infuriating, right? If you're anything like me, like, that is infuriating to me, to see myself working so much harder than some other person, but they get paid more for it. This income disclaimer prevents that from happening. In this business, that does not happen because you get compensated for the work, the effort, and the results that you are getting, not based on what the company tells you you are allowed to get based on your seniority in the company, right? So when you put it that way, and when you think about this, like, if you are somebody that is willing to work, this can go a long way for you. And this is how you give yourself the control to give yourself promotions, give yourself more income, and to work towards those bigger goals on your own timeline and not a company's timeline. So I wanted to highlight that as well, because a lot of people get scared when they see an income disclaimer, but this is a huge opportunity for people like you who are on this call tonight. So that's like the main spiel about income. I know there's often a lot of questions about income. So if you do have other questions aside from that, please feel free to reach out to us after the call or just send us a message about that. But hopefully that helped answer that question. And the next slide, the last thing that we wanted to touch on before we close this out was the friendships. And I know you've kind of heard some of us talking about this already, but when we say from strangers on Instagram to real life friendships, that is like dead truth. None of us knew each other on like in real life. I had never met Shauna. I had never met Alicia. We both met through Instagram, and we've since gone on tons of trips together, both business and non-business related trips. We've gone to each other's weddings. You'll see wedding photos there. Like, that is real life friendships. And I think for me, a big part of it was that before I got started with this business, I really struggled with friends. I had graduated, and, in a new town, it's hard to meet people as an adult. But not just that, like, I had circles of friends from past, times, and I just felt like I was the odd person out. Like, I couldn't connect with people and feel like I fit in. Like, I always felt like, why do I have so much more drive than some people I'm with? Like, I don't just want to go to work, you know, come home, watch TV, sleep, go to work, come home. Like I want more. I want something more. And this group of people that I've met through Bodi has given me that opportunity to connect with people who want the same things as me, who are driven the same way as me, and who, you know, I really just feel like I totally fit in and they challenge me. And that is the biggest gift that I've gotten from this company, you know, income aside and everything. It's those friendships and those connections that are really helping me catapult my life to the next level, not just my business, but my entire life. And so the friendships are truly an incredible cherry on top to this whole business opportunity. And I know I speak for all of us when I say like the people we've met here have really changed our lives. So I'll pass it back over to Alicia. She's going to close it out for us.
Yeah, like that's so true. Like the friend, like I said, I actually started for the friendships, and then it was nothing what I thought I was gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna hop on Zoom and feel like I fit in and have a community. No, like it ended up being way more than what I expected. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for coming on. It means a lot just because we're putting this time in to help you guys change your lives. If you have any questions, if you're on here, ask away or put them in the chat. We're here to answer all the questions, and whoever invited you to this call or sent you the link, reach out to them. And even if you're hesitant, I say give it at least 1 month for us to work with you. Hop on some of the calls, attend an event. I think there's an event coming up in Toronto in January, like even attend that. And honestly, I promise you, you will not regret it. The only regret I have is I wish I started earlier. So yeah, thank you for hopping on. And does anyone have any questions? Usually it's pretty quiet. And that's another thing we were saying, like we were so scared the first call, like we did this, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. And I was saying to Amber, I'm like, and both of the girls, I was like, I used to sit here and like write scripts and make sure I was all dolled up. But now it's just like, it's fun, it's enjoyable. It's just like that. Like if you're sitting here and being like, no, I'm too scared, we were all there, right, girls? Like, were we not? Like, we were saying we would do scripts and memorize, and now it's just like this is part of our life, and we enjoy it so much. So, any questions? Don't be shy. Okay, well, if not, reach out to us, and we're a message away. Thank you, guys.